Exoplanets. What are they? A planet outside our solar system, typically orbiting another star. How many are there? As of right now, about 4,000 exoplanets have been discovered. Are they close to Earth? The closest exoplanet to Earth is nearly 4 light years away. Have humans been to an exoplanet? Not yet, and not anytime soon. Could there be life on exoplanets? It may be possible. Here is a picture of several different exoplanets that have been discovered by scientists.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct.
They are nestled in the final frontier. Countless worlds, scattered throughout countless galaxies, challenge the notion that we are alone in the universe. Exoplanets are worlds that exist outside of our solar system. Also known as extrasolar planets, these bodies often orbit their own stars, with some being a part of entire planetary systems. Exoplanets are made of the same elements as the worlds in our solar system, and based on their composition and structures are just as diverse. Some, known as giant or Neptune-like planets, are large gaseous worlds. Other gas giants, called hot Jupiters, closely orbit their stars, causing the planets to have high surface temperatures. Another category of exoplanets consists of super-Earths. Smaller than the gas giants, but larger than Earth, super-Earths are terrestrial and made primarily of rocky or icy material. The final category includes Earth analogs. Much as their name implies, Earth analogs are similar to Earth in various ways, including size, composition, and distance to their home star. Exoplanets are difficult to detect directly, mostly because they are outshined by the stars they orbit. To circumvent this, about 5 primary methods have been developed to find these planetary bodies, including radial velocity, in which a planet causes a star to wobble; direct imaging, where the glare of stars is blocked in order to see objects nearby; astrometry, which observes a star's movements in relation to nearby stars; gravitational microlensing, which observes the light of a star being bent by a planet's gravitational pull; and the most prolific form of finding exoplanets, transit, the method in which a planet passes between its star and Earth, thereby dimming its star's light. Scientists have suspected the existence of worlds outside of our solar system for thousands of years, but the first confirmed existence of an exoplanet orbiting a sun-like star only occurred in 1995. Ever since, about 4,000 exoplanets have been confirmed by multiple discovery methods, with about 3,000 more awaiting verification. According to one theory, at least one exoplanet orbits each star in the Milky Way. This would place the exoplanet count in our local galaxy to about 1 trillion. The search for exoplanets continues, not just to create a catalog of known worlds, but also to see if life may exist elsewhere in the universe. Astrobiologists closely study the size, composition, and location of exoplanets relative to their stars to see the likelihood of organisms thriving in an environment other than Earth. Who knows what discoveries these new worlds could bring?
So that was a short video on the exoplanets that have been discovered and the potential that they have for possible life. Proxima Centauri b, which is the closest exoplanet to Earth. What we know so far. It's nearly 4 light years away, its mass is slightly larger than Earth, and it's most likely a rocky planet. It orbits in the habitable zone, meaning it could have liquid water on the surface if it has an atmosphere that could support it. Calculations suggest one side faces its star all the time, which would make for drastically different weather and atmosphere. What is the habitable zone? The habitable zone is an area around a star where it is not too hot and not too cold for liquid water to exist on the surface of surrounding planets. Rocky exoplanets found in the habitable zone of their stars are more likely targets for detecting liquid water on their surfaces. And as we know, water is a necessary ingredient for life. Here is an image that shows the habitable zone and how the temperature would need to be in the middle and not too hot and not too cold. Are we alone in the universe? So far, Earth is the only planet we know of that contains life. Where should we look for life? We should look for life at the nearly 4,000 exoplanets that have been discovered. But more specifically, we should look at the habitable zones where temperatures would allow the formation of liquid water. James Webb Telescope. The James Webb Telescope is set to launch on October 31st, 2021. This telescope has the potential to make some groundbreaking discoveries, such as the first glimpses at the mix of gases within the atmosphere of Earth-sized exoplanets. This telescope could pick up signs of an atmosphere just like our own, and it could also show a strong indication of possible life. I find this extremely exciting. Here is a photo of the James Webb Telescope at NASA. Interview with Eric Korpla. I had the pleasure of interviewing Eric Korpla, who is the Program Director for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, also known as SETI, at home. He elaborated on his personal thoughts regarding the search for life. He personally believes that the first detection of extraterrestrial life could be within our very own solar system, on Mars, or the moons of Saturn and Jupiter. He hopes that the James Webb Telescope will be able to detect an atmosphere similar to Earth's. Mr. Korpla explained how the perceived image of aliens has changed over time. He shared his opinions on what other life could look like. He believes that these individuals could have bilateral symmetry and an even number of limbs. Here are a few different images that show how the image of aliens have changed over time and how people have perceived them in different ways. Summary. Overall, this project has helped me gain insight on exoplanets, the habitable zone, the search for life, and possibilities for the future. I personally find it extremely hard to believe that Earth is the only planet that contains life on it, because Earth is just a tiny fraction of what's out in space. I personally hope that the James Webb Telescope will be able to get glimpses of other atmospheres and discoveries will be made in the future. And here are my sources. Thank you for watching.